All right, what's good? Just me talking over me doing like this 30-minute sketch with graphite. I used a reference from my Pinterest and I kind of used it more as like a template instead of like me trying to draw it one to one because, of course, I don't draw it the same exact way, nor do I use the same exact like values and whatnot. But it was just kind of fun implementing my own style into an image that I just found on the internet, right? So, kind of like the reason why I'm even like putting this out is because I'm basically trying to get the ball rolling again when it comes to uploading consistency, right? Before I was doing daily calisthenics, so that was uploading every single day, and of course I wouldn't miss a day for about 243 days if that's the correct number. And when I made the transition to art, I had the plan to be consistent as well, with me uploading at least 3 times a week. But I feel like for me to actually like be consistent in something and to thrive in something, I have to do it on a nearly daily basis, right? And that even if that's just like uploading, like technically I can draw every day without having to upload it, but I feel like there has to be like something to push me forward, even further to draw, right? Or to be artistic, right? Or to just evolve my artistic abilities. And so that's why I kind of thought like, I should just sit down and record myself, just sketching out, right? Just sketching something, right? Even if it's not like a masterpiece or whatever, just showing you guys like just my general process, right? Just giving you guys a peek into my head, right? And I also thought that like maybe it wouldn't have been fair for me to, of course, to make this transition, but then not to use my abilities to their fullest capabilities, right? Because over the 200 plus days of me working out every single day, right? I've developed like discipline, I've developed willpower, I've developed speaking skills and whatnot, and being able to just communicate well and express myself even better. And so I found myself kind of like sliding off a bit when I made the transition because I didn't have a concrete enough plan, right? But then again, when I started daily calisthenics, it's not like I had a master plan or whatever. I just kind of like just started it. And that's why I just kind of said earlier, like, I just want to get the ball rolling again when it comes to me uploading and whatnot. So I do plan to upload every day, because I feel like it's going to allow me to be more consistent. And then since I have a bigger audience, right, there's more people or more people to potentially watch me. It is gonna kind of hold me accountable. One thing too is with me doing 200 plus days daily calisthenics, that's allowed me to become a lot more accountable. If you're like new to this channel, you never watched this, this channel kind of was like a fitness content channel where every single day I just did calisthenics, and calisthenics is a form of training where you use your body weight as resistance. And the whole thing was basically I did it every single day. I recorded all of my workouts and I would just talk over them, right? Just exactly like how this video, and it was very simple. It was very simple to do, and just doing that consistently or every single day had built me an audience. And seeing that I was able to do that with working out or with fitness, I know I can definitely do that with my art. But I can't do that with my art if I'm not willing to basically get off my ass and just do what I need to do, right? Originally I had planned like to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but that ended up falling off because I wasn't making as much art, or I had like this whole thing of like, oh, I'm not inspired, I'm not motivated, I gotta wait for all the stars to align. But that's just a horrible thing to get into, and then you end up not making anything in the first place, right? I've been reading this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he talks about that, like where every day you want to be working towards some type of habit that can, or process, right, that can allow for you to reach a goal, and then to basically make these processes that you have to do on a daily basis easier to do, or allow you to have more accountability, which could be something like some type of financial thing, right? Maybe you're losing out on money if you're not following up with it. In this case, having an audience see, right? Because I can't just put this video out and then put it as day one or whatever, and then just not have another video come out, right? It's like the same thing with me doing daily calisthenics, right? People would say like, oh, you should have a rest day. What about a rest day? But it's like, dude, I have to upload every single day, right? And I had that accountability in me. So knowing that I have that in me, I can definitely do this. And seeing as me, the transformation that I went through, right? I mean, it may have not been a major difference, but I saw that like as me doing 200 days of calisthenics, bodyweight training, I proved to myself and an audience of people that I was able to get bigger, stronger, and leaner with bodyweight training, right? And because of that, I was consistent every single day. I had built up the habit to work out every day, to have to work out every day, to upload every single day, right? To try and have video topics like that and be more interactive and engaging with the audience. And I've developed those skills, right? So those skills can definitely transfer to just about anything I want in my life. And I definitely wanted to transfer to the art world, right? To have that willpower and kind of discipline in a way to transfer over into the art world, so that way I can fulfill my passion even further, because at heart I'm an artist, right? I love to create, I love to make things, I love to draw. I've been drawing since I was little, and I feel more fulfilled when I release content like this, like art content like this, because I feel like I'm able to be more true to myself and true to you guys as an audience, right? And then just to be able to do something that I think is fun, right? Something that I think is enjoyable. And then holding myself accountable to it, to do it every single day, right? Not just like every couple of days I do a sketch, not just like every so often I do a sketch or whatever the case may be. Just for me to, I don't know, just be able to put stuff out there, because that's what I was doing before, and that's what got me to where I am. And as long as I keep putting stuff out there and I feel like I'm talking some type of sense, then I'm sure that I'm going to kind of reach to the level that I had gotten to, beforehand, or, of course, further beyond, right? It's not like I really lost any subscribers, but it's definitely going to be a process of having to build up a new audience. And I was able to do it before from zero, right? With me working out, I can definitely do it again with my art and, just me making drawings or whatever the case may be. In regards to the drawing, like that you're seeing, I did say that I got it off of Pinterest, and you can see I'm just using my iPad just to look at the reference, right? I, of course, like when it comes to drawing or just looking at a blank canvas or a blank screen of any type, it's like, oh man, damn, what am I gonna even put on here, right? Because you kind of get like a little bit of anxiety, even like decision anxiety or any type of anxiety, to be honest, as a creative, when you're looking at something that has nothing on it, right? And then the fact that like you have to kind of make something, right? So I would always kind of struggle with, when it came to my art, I would always kind of struggle with not being able to just make something, not sitting down, and then even if it was horrible or if it looked like crap, not being able to sit down and then be okay with whatever was going to come out, right? Because this drawing, although the final product, I think it turned out pretty well. This drawing could have came out horribly, right? Whatever style I was going for could have just fell flat on its face, and then it just would have looked bad or whatever. And I need to get over that. I need to get over that anxiety, because if that's the case, then, if I skip every single day, or, every time I don't feel motivated or every time I don't feel inspired to make art, and I skip those days, right? I skip those days where it's hard to show up, then how can I rely on myself to show up on those days when it's going to be a lot easier, right? And then, of course, you kind of build momentum. You kind of allow things to further build up on top of each other if you show up on the days where you don't feel like it, right? There were, so many days when I did daily calisthenics where I just did not want to work out. I just did not want to work out, right? But then I just had to keep going, right? And then the thing is too, is like having your own self accountability, right? Because no one, if you're an artist or if you're pursuing anything on a daily basis, right? Nobody is gonna tell you like to stop doing it. Nobody is gonna tell you to keep going, right? I mean, people, you can see maybe other people's reactions and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's all on you, right? But of course, as you build up momentum, as you build an audience, or as you gain some type of attention, There are going to be people who are inspired by you. And then when it comes to people who are inspired by you, they're going to want to follow your footsteps, or they're going to want to get advice from you. So then now people being inspired by you, right? Or people that want to start following you, you kind of end up getting inspired by that. So you have to basically do things for a long enough time alone, without anybody, without any type of recognition, without any type of fame, without any type of anything, right? Without any type of attention whatsoever. And that's how you're going to kind of build up any type of skill, right? Because sometimes we can have something that like we do, and then we kind of know how to innately do it, or like we're good at it to begin with. But there are other things that we have to build up, right, in order for it to garner attention, right? And then that it requires a lot of work, a lot of hard work and effort, rather than just you sitting on your ass doing nothing, right? Before I started this, I was watching like Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I just kind of like got frustrated with myself, because I told myself that like I was gonna draw today, and I didn't, right? And of course, even earlier today, I had like that decision fatigue or whatever, and not fatigue, sorry, decision anxiety. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna draw? What am I gonna draw? And so that's why it's important to even have like resources like Pinterest, or maybe go into your photos or something like that, or ask somebody, right? Or I don't know, whatever the case may be. Me personally, like if someone asks me to draw something and it's not for monetary, gain, I mean, if I'm gonna do it just for just for the kicks or for the heck of it, I'll do it. But it's a lot easier for me to follow through on something that I want to truly do, that like I enjoy doing. And I feel like that's just what all like art is about, right? Even if you're in a situation where you have to kind of like take stuff from other people, in order to kind of make it, or in order to kind of like get the ball rolling, then do so. But over time, of course, as an artist or as a creator, you want to be able to just do things on your own without anybody having to tell you to do anything, really, right? And that's just the process of things, right? And I enjoy that process. I enjoy kind of like that slow buildup over time. So with the whole video and everything, I did cut in between some certain stuff. I had maybe two like 15-minute timers. So I say this took maybe 30 minutes. It could have taken 45 minutes. But I had a pretty good time, right? Because it was just fun. It was just fun because like at some point, sure, it's like trying to start something from nothing. That's the hard part. But then once you have something that's there, something that's laid out, it gets easier and easier and easier, right? It gets so much easier. And then especially after like you lay out like the foundation of everything, that becomes like so much. After that, it's so much fun, right? Because sometimes like your foundation, or basically what you're drawing on top of, or what you're doing art on top of, it can make it or break it, right? So if you're having a hard time with the foundation, maybe it's fun, right? Because it's challenging, but sometimes it's not. It can be like complete hell, and then people just end up like saying whatever, and they just throw away the sketchbook entirely. Or you could just fly right through it, right? You can just fly right through it. And I feel like that's what happened, for me today, right? But it might not be like that every day, right? So that's why it's going to be important for me to try and just get up to the task, man. Be man enough. Grab my balls, bro, and just like bring it down to the sketchbook and say like, you're not gonna emasculate me. You won't emasculate me. I'm gonna draw the hell out of you. I'm gonna draw the heck out of you, right? And a lot of the times when I've had to do that, especially like for school projects or whatever, that's where I feel like I kind of like made like the best thing, because I worked like I took a lot of grit, took a lot of knuckle grease or whatever, and I was able to just sit down and get through the hardest part, which is like the beginning. Starting it is the hardest part for any creative process whatsoever, because again, like you're trying to start from a place where there's nothing, right? You're trying to start from point zero, and you're trying to find the one thing there is in order to add to it that that gives it value, or that gives it some type of, I guess, stimulation, or something that is interesting, right? Because any idea, we can have any idea whatsoever, but if we don't allow ourselves the means to do it, then it's just gonna stay in our heads, right? If we have some type of thing that we want to fulfill, or some type of passion, or some type of goal that we want to reach, right? But if we don't put anything in action, then nothing's going to happen, right? You can look at a blank canvas all day, but if you don't make a single mark, even if you don't think about it whatsoever, you're not going to get a painting whatsoever, right? And sometimes you can know, just like you can just know what you're going to put there, because maybe you planned it out, or it came, to a vision, through like a vision in your head. But most of the time, like that type of stuff only happens when you are more experienced, right? When you've put in the work for like years and years of like just drawing anything, right? But if you are a new artist, or if you're trying to aspire to be a new artist, right? And you're watching this video, it is going to be a lot more fun in the beginning, because you're starting out, you're getting basically like your newbie gains, and you want to draw everything, or you want to just start getting better at everything, right? But you might feel like you're not making enough progress, so you can't get discouraged from this, because honestly, making art is something amazing. It's just the best way, or one of the best ways to express yourself, because it's in a creative medium, and then it can be in a way that anybody, or certain niches of people can consume, and it's just fun. It's just fun, in my opinion. Maybe it's not drawing, maybe it's making music, maybe it's writing for you, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out my TikTok and my Instagram. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.